Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Happy Saturday. It is the weekend. How's everyone doing? It's KFITNOW here, another Wine and FaceTime video. This video is so different, and I'm so excited to do this video today because, first off, number one, I'm not home. Number two, I'm on deck and I'm on location and I'm in the Upper East Side of Manhattan and I'm with family and friends that support and love me and we're gonna join me tonight for this topic of why Upper West Side. My bad. I'm on the Lower East Side. I'm on the Upper West Side. And I have family and friends here as well as Mr. Jose Negron in the Bronx, New York, representing the Boogie Down to celebrate and show love and just talk and discuss some of the really important reasons why people say healthy eating is so hard. So good evening, Mr. Negron. Thank you for joining me. How are you today?
Well, good evening. Thank you very much for having me in your cyber home.
I appreciate that. This is the first time I have a cyber home with guests on deck. It's really exciting. I have all kind of vibrations going through my body and everything. I'm like, wow, someone's joining me. I feel like I've been doing this for years and I really haven't. And I know you guys are going to tell me all the good things I need to do. And you're going to help me out along the way, Jose, as I, learn this platform. So thank you so much for making time for me tonight.
You're quite welcome. I mean, no one was born knowing all of this technology. So it's a learning process.
That's for sure, right? Yep.
Absolutely. So tonight, again, if you're seeing this video for the first time, you haven't came across my channel, you don't know who I am, please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Right. Check in with us, pull up with us, watch the stream, see what we're talking about. Definitely, share some experience with us if you have some of your own. That's what it's all here for. So before I get into any juicy details, I'd like for my sister, who's here with me on location on deck, to say hello to you guys.
OMG. Hi, everyone. My name is Sasha, and I am Michelle's baby sister. Nice to meet you all. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So, Mr. Negron, that's my baby sister, Sasha. So this is why this stream is so important and exciting and interesting for me today, because not only do I have you in the Bronx showing love, I have my baby sister all the way from Jersey.
That's right.
I got my favorite aunt in the house. She up here representing. Yes. She got me these beautiful bottles.
Yum.
For tonight's stream. They're so freaking beautiful, Jose, and everyone out there who's popped in on my live that I don't even know which one to open first.
Right.
I'm not gonna drink both of them tonight. I won't.
Definitely.
But I don't even know which one to give. So shout out to my aunt Mo. I love her. Appreciate her on IG. She's Harlem Moet. She got these beautiful bottles on deck for me. She's here showing me love and support behind the scenes. So I'm ready to get into it. Please make sure you like and subscribe, everybody. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So how's your weekend been so far, Jose? How's everything on your side? How's everything in the Bronx?
Oh, everything's fine. I'm just getting ready for my stream tomorrow night. It's gonna be part 2 of a series called Toxic Femininity. Now, it seems to be a controversial topic, particularly among the ladies, because once they hear that terminology, it's automatically assumed that it's an attack against all women. And anyone that saw my stream last Sunday, on numerous occasions, I indicated that not all women are toxic. And plus, women had numerous opportunities to join the platform so they can give their rebuttal.
Let me tell you, Mr. Negron, I love your freaking stream on toxic femininity. I'm gonna be 100% transparent with you. At first, looking at the title, I didn't know what toxic.
This is the first time that I'm hearing her. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, that's my aunt in the background, my favorite aunt. That's Monique.
Yo,
she's hearing your response.
This is
Jose.
the first time I heard her. Yo, I feel her. Yo,
I'm gonna have her check your channel out, Jose. She's hearing about you and your platform, and that sounds interesting to her.
No,
as well.
I'm listening to you responding to my niece, honestly.
Yeah, but
it's a beautiful thing, and I feel that.
Thank you. See, the love and the energy is here for me, so this is gonna be an amazing show. Tonight.
When people recognize when we about the same mind, everybody is don't be about the same mind.
Very true. Very, very true. So yes, Jose. I definitely want to catch your stream tomorrow. I definitely probably will join your panel if possible, because I know.
Send me the link.
I'll send you the link as well. I'm gonna send my aunt the link to your panel if that's okay with you. Okay.
That's perfectly fine.
No,
that's fine.
So
that's
much.
fine.
Yeah. It was 3 hours, but I got through it because it was good. That was the best YouTube stream I've seen in a long time to watch 3 hours straight.
That I only got like 3 minutes. I didn't even get that much.
Yeah,
but that I feel like
yes.
Yep.
So
like minds think alike.
For sure. I definitely want to open this bottle of Sweet Rose. Jose, do you drink wine or champagne or anything? Do you drink?
Once in a blue moon. I just have some cold water.
This is my sister opening a bottle for me, possibly.
No, but as far as the topic on why it's eating is so hard, human beings in general, we're creatures of routines. So therefore, we don't like to experiment outside of our routine very much. So when people ask us to do something different, at first we rebel against it because we're too comfortable in routines. So therefore, when it comes to eating healthy, whether it be like staying away from fried foods or eating more vegetables or preparing meats in a certain way, or going on a diet that's completely devoid of meat, it's a challenge for many people.
Absolutely. It really is a challenge. I feel like a lot of people are just not realistic with, the goal or the expectation. Thank you. So they just popped the bottle for me. And I feel like I have the perfect background now because I have the light.
Good lighting, yeah.
Great lighting. So a lot of motivation and energy over here, Jose. I'm gonna definitely sip this slowly so we can get this across.
Another one though.
And this one too. This one is called Prosecco. I've never bought this on my own. I don't know what it tastes like.
A black-owned company.
But I heard it's a black-owned company, so listen here.
We're gonna promote.
Yes.
Well, I don't know if you know, but once your channel gets big enough, you can always get companies to sponsor your channel. Maybe you can get a couple of wine companies.
That will happen.
Yeah, definitely. I had a few people already send me messages on Instagram to ask me if I wanted to buy wine from them and tag them in my videos and take pictures with their bottles. But I'm never really sure what's really authentic and what's not. So I'm kind of skeptical when I get those kind of advertisements sometimes because there's a lot of scamming stuff going on.
Yeah, that's true. It's just I have not been hit by any request for sponsorship either. I mean, my channel is not that much bigger right now. I'm at 57 subs.
Well, 57 subs is great because I'm loving all 19 of my 19 subs. I remember when it was 8 and 6 and 5. So I'm grateful for it all. And I know soon I'll be reaching higher and higher.
Okay.
People are listening.
But another problem is trying to find an appropriate diet to follow, because you have so many fat diets. And I think what people need to do, they need to be realistic as far as what are their goals. I mean, if their goals is to lose weight, they need to have an idea that it's a slow process and it's going to take a while for them to achieve their goal. If they're talking about gaining weight, because some people do want to gain weight, they want to gain weight healthy.
I understand for sure. I respect your response. That's so realistic and true. And I think some people they do diets for the wrong reasons. They do different methods and techniques for the wrong reasons. They're not realistic with themselves. They put too much pressure on themselves. They follow the wrong trends of people who can tell them what they can do to lose weight, and sometimes it's not healthy and it's extreme, and other serious things happen outside of that that they don't realize. Unrealistic diets, 2-week diets, these diets with hot sauce and lemon and water and cinnamon, and people are not eating any nutritional value the entire day, trying to get unrealistic results, or trying to get the body like, as you would say, Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion, and doing these extreme workouts with techniques and products that can make you kill yourself if you don't know what you're doing. So it's really important to educate yourself. I feel like a lot of people should educate themselves when talking about diets and trying to lose weight the healthy way and stuff like that. I think that's really, really important. So thank you for your feedback.
Okay. I think your aunt was trying to say something in the background, or your sister.
I apologize.
No, I'm sorry. She's close by, so you just heard her, but she wasn't gonna say anything.
Okay. Yeah. But I think what's important is to seek professional advice through a dietitian or a doctor as far as what type of if you're going to change your diet, change it to a healthier diet. There are some things that we can do on our own. Try to eat more fruits and vegetables. Try to stay away from fried foods. If possible, try to stay away from from the McDonald's and the Burger Kings and the Wendy's and whatnot, because unfortunately, their quality of food is not nutritionally high. So
I could do that. I could do all of that.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to say is thank you for your response again, Jose. I want to give everyone who's listening to the stream 10 things they can do to realistically try to eat healthier and do things that won't discourage them from actually staying to that goal. So every few minutes or so, I want to just drop one thing or two things just to have people listen and take note on, or if they don't want to listen to take note on, they can just give their input on what they think could be helpful for someone to try to maintain eating a healthy, clean diet. So first thing I want to say before you respond is you need to be realistic with yourself. The same way you have to realistically pay your bills on time, the same way you have to realistically plan your trip, the same way you have to realistically get to work on time, you got to realistically try to achieve this goal of I want to eat healthy. So eating healthy does not mean eating salad every day or eating vegetables every day. Eating healthy is you doing the research to find out what your body needs to maintain a healthy status. And what my body needs and what Jose's body needs and what Sasha's body needs and what my Aunt Monique's body needs are all different mechanics. We all don't need the same exact things. So what do you think about that, Jose?
I agree, because the fact of the matter is what you may need to eat healthier may not necessarily translate to what I might need. Because we got to be mindful. First of all, the fact of the matter is you are a female, I am a male. Also, another thing to take into consideration is that I'm going to be 60 this year. So the nutritional needs of people near my age may be a little different. And the bottom line is you have to be realistic as far as what you want to do as far as eating healthier. Unfortunately, some people have that goal, unrealistic goals, and they want certain results that are not, realistic.
Absolutely. So my aunt wanted to chime in. So Auntie, what you want to say? We're talking about being realistic when you're trying to eat healthy. What do you want to say? I know you have great cooking skills because you cook for me many times.
Right.
Desserts, legal stuff, maybe other stuff, Thanksgiving dinners, birthday dinners. She's a great cook, Jose. Like I wish you could have a sample of her cooking. I'm not saying that because she's my aunt.
It's because it's that good.
This is my sister.
It
This is
because
me.
it
It's
is.
really, really
Yes.
that good. She can cook. She eats meat, so she's not like me. So she cooks the heck out of all kind of meats and stuff like that. And she can definitely. She's gonna cook me dinner tonight too. Not to say like I'm making her cook me dinner, but she's gonna cook because she wants to.
Right.
Because family is here, and that's what she
Yes,
does.
that's what we do.
She's great at what she does.
Where
but,
Jose? I want to say
for Jose,
can
this is
I-
my
hello. Hi, Jose.
Hello. Pleased to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Michelle's aunt. That's who I am. Yeah. But it's
Okay.
a pleasure.
Well-
Oh, we're gonna cook.
Well, thank
We're
you.
gonna do so many things, and if she wanna record it, I will allow her. I will let her because I'm shady. I'm not even gonna front. I'm shady, but yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
It's a pleasure to meet you, though.
Mhm.
So I know you wanted
Thank
to say
you.
something.
No, I didn't know. I want to hear. He didn't say nothing to me. Hello.
No, 'cause you wanted to chime in.
You're gonna chime in though about what.
Well,
we were
because
talking
no, it's just that you were speaking, so I didn't want to interrupt you.
Because
Okay.
you wanted to chime in and speak about, against some of the things that were being said regarding the eating.
I
healthy.
wasn't even listening to that. I was just so enticed to be.
Well, you chime in whenever you're ready, okay, Auntie?
I apologize. My
It's
bad.
okay. He just wanted to let
What
you
is
speak
the
first.
topic? Because I'm sure I know. What is the topic?
The topic tonight is why is eating healthy so hard?
Oh, it's not hard. Wait, I got an
Okay.
answer.
Yeah,
All right.
Okay.
She wants to see
Hold
you as she
on.
responds.
No,
Okay, Jose?
I can respond.
Mhm.
Yes.
No, it's not hard. Honestly, eating is not hard. It's honestly easier to pick up some fresh ingredients. Like, it's just about knowing what to do with what you have. No, they got the wrong perception. People don't even understand. It's a whole different ball game. Like, yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck to y'all, but yeah, you need to search within. Sometimes things won't even be right in front of you. You might have to just open your eyes. Look to the left, look to the right. Like, you never know. God is good.
Well, I think part of the key is that people have to be raised to be eating healthy. Not everyone is raised that way, and there are many factors
I have the
that
answer to that one.
exist.
It's not about being raised. Sweetheart or man, woman, I don't even know. I can't honestly hear your voice. I hear something. It sounds like a computer, but I'm going to tell you. Some people are raised and some people grow up. It's a difference.
Okay.
Straight up. Straight up. Either you're raised or you grow up. Because you can be both.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You could have them back.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So, do you want to comment?
I mean, a lot of what was said, I do agree. Is that it is hard, once you do have a certain habit, sometimes it's harder to just, jump out of it or get into a new habit, especially with eating healthy. Also, to some people, eating healthy is a little bit expensive, depending on, the expenses that they have and, the bills. So sometimes for them, it's easier to buy the chicken, beef, things like that, and fry them up instead of, doing fresh salads and making, not for my case, but like baking fish and just other meats that are healthier and in a different way. But that doesn't mean that it's not achievable. You just really have to be more strict with your mindset and the goals that you want. And as you both said, be more realistic to who you are, your body type, and the goals that you have. Instead of just trying to look like a certain model or a certain athlete, be realistic with the body type that you have and try to work with that.
Thank you, Sasha. I really appreciate that. Jose, would you like to comment on that?
Okay. The fact of the matter is, part of it is that people don't like to change their routine. I also think people think it's extremely difficult um, to change your diet to try to eat healthier. Um, First of all, you need to have the desire to change your lifestyle. Once you have the desire, then you're going to learn how to eat healthier. It could be simply eating more fruits and vegetables. It could be maybe instead of frying, just baking or broiling or boiling, or it could be just going to a completely vegetarian diet. Um, the key is to have the desire to eat healthier. Once you have that, and then you're wanting to take the steps to learn how to eat healthier, it gets easier as times go by.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate your commentary, Jose. I agree as well. Like once you get the routine, it'll definitely get a little bit easier for you over time. So that's really important. So once you're realistic with yourself, and you get a routine, it's more realistic. So the next thing I want to say is
Mm-hmm.
another good thing you can do to make sure you don't fall in a trap of remaining on the right track to eat healthy is don't skip meals. It's really important to not skip meals throughout the day. I feel like when you skip meals throughout the day, such as lunch and breakfast, you're automatically extremely hungry for whatever meal you are going to eat. And you probably won't want to put a lot of interest in it being healthy or the balanced choice. It may be an easy choice to just say, I'm gonna get Chinese food or takeout because you're starving at this point, you're depleted, you need resources, you want a taste that feels good, you want to feel full, you need your energy back. So it may be a difficult thing to do if you're skipping meals because you're not really thinking about the healthy choice, but the fast choice, the quick choice, the choice that's cheap, the choice that's available, the choice that's closest to you. So what do you have to say about that comment? What do you think?
Well, I think the problem is once when you do skip meals, in the end, you end up eating more food than what you will normally do if you had eaten 3 meals a day. And sometimes you make poor choices, either expediency or fast food. I mean, there's a reason why you have fast food restaurants because they prepare food quickly. The problem is that the nutritional value of most food of these places, whether it be McDonald's, whether it be a Burger King, whether it be KFC or Popeyes or what have you, the nutritional value is poor. So what you end up doing is you're eating a lot of carbs, you're eating a lot of fried food because you miss a meal. So what you do is you end up doing is you end up compensating for the meal that you miss. And what you do is like if you skip lunch, your dinner gets to be very big, and that does not bode well to your goal to try to eat healthier.
I definitely agree. You're definitely on point with that. That's definitely a great assessment, and that's really realistic too, because that's exactly what happens. So the next thing I have up is when you're trying to eat healthy, a good tip number 3 would be to meal prep. Now I know meal prepping is something that people are not used to. It may seem like a new thing, a trend that people are doing since diet and exercise and working out. But meal prepping will be a great way to stay on track with healthy eating because you already know the week prior what you're eating. You already know everything is pre-cooked prior to. You already have a whole list of what your breakfast, lunch, and dinner may look like for a week in advance. And you already taken a day out of your week to package it up, cook it, so you can just take it and go and not be tempted to buy outside food because you already have pre-cooked or fully cooked food already set up for you. Some people actually order out on websites to order these meal plans to be delivered to them. Some people actually take the time out to actually choose a day to cook, such as Sunday, to cook all their meals for the week, and they organize it in their kitchens. And some people are just disciplined enough to know what they need and what they don't need and how to eat every day. They're counting their carbs, they're counting their macros, their micros, they're watching every calorie in their body. They're constantly weighing themselves, taking measurements on a scale and with measuring tape, and they already know what they need. So any commentary about that meal prepping? Have you ever meal prepped? Sasha, have you ever meal prepped?
I actually do meal prep now, especially because of how early my son wakes up. Your nephew. I just feel more comfortable making sure he has something warm to take with him to school so that he can at least have something in his stomach to start the day. And I do find that it is actually more helpful, it's more beneficial because that's a guaranteed meal to start the day. And I know for a fact that the purpose that it serves, it works that way. But I actually am going to start getting into meal prepping more. I kind of pre-write my menus on my fridge, for the week in advance, just so that I can have some type of organization. But I do think that meal prepping is definitely a beneficial way to make sure you can stay strict on your goals.
Jose, what do you think about that? Have you ever meal prep?
On a limited scale, I meal prep. Like for example, I'll prepare my lunch like the night before because that way I don't have to worry about preparing my lunch in the morning. Because I get up very early. I mean, basically around 5:15, 5:30, I'm up. So this gives me time to make breakfast, get dressed, and by 6:30 I'm out of the house because what I try to do is I try to give myself plenty of time to get to work because you know how the subways are and they can,
my niece
Hello.
is doing this. I'm gonna do this.
Okay. Okay, I think you muted.
So what would you like to talk about?
No, we're gonna stick back on track.
What was we talking about?
He was responding to me about something. Sorry about that, Jose.
I apologize. I know I just interrupted.
Yeah, she just jumped in my lap, literally jumped in my lap
Yeah.
and took my spot. So, Auntie, let me finish, please.
Okay,
Let me
no
get to my next
problem.
topic.
Because this is
Thank you.
And what you want to talk about? Because we could talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it in a few minutes. No problem. Thank you, Jose, for your patience and your courtesy. I really appreciate
Excuse me, Jose.
Yes.
it. For sure.
No, I apologize, Jose.
Thank
he
you.
probably was saying.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
So, I appreciate that you actually took the time out to meal prep your lunch. I didn't know that you actually did that before. So kudos to you. I know a lot of people are not like really meal prepping throughout the week or the weekends or the weekdays. Like it's not a realistic, easy task for everyone. So shout out to you for doing that. You know, that's definitely helping you save money as well.
Yeah, because the fact of the matter is eating out on a regular basis can be expensive, and of course, as municipal employees, we're not exactly um, rolling in the dough. So you try to make your money stretch as much as possible.
Yeah, I used to try to eat out every day at work, lunch every day. And then I realized, like, yo, I'm spending $25, $30 a week eating out at the restaurant across the street, and it's like, okay, I can't spend this money. I have to, like, take food from home some days. I can't be buying breakfast every time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I mean, when you think about it, if you want to eat healthy, um, if you're talking about going to lunch on a regular basis, you can easily spend a good $10 to $15 a day. If you want to eat healthier, because technically, when you do go to a restaurant to try to eat make healthier choices, usually they're more expensive. So before you know it, you're spending at least a good $50 a week on lunch alone.
Absolutely, that's so realistic. So I just want to do a recap, and I just want to say shout out to whoever's watching. I see I have a person live streaming with me watching, so thank you for that person. Just a recap from 1 to 10, because we didn't get to 10 yet. 8:31. We first said to be realistic regarding your healthy eating. We secondly said to not skip meals if you're trying to do healthy eating, and the third thing we said was to meal prep if you're trying to be strict with healthy eating. So the next thing I want to say is a good way to stay on your task with healthy eating is to plan out your meals in advance. So if you're watching TV and you see Red Lobster, something comes on, and you see like that entree they got, make that a task of something I want to cook for the week. So that can be your meal for the week. If there's something that's your favorite in the house, that goes to the list of meals for the week.
You're right.
So if there's a quick meal to make, that you can make in under 30 minutes, you may add that. So plan out your meals in advance. Don't come home after work and just say, oh, I'm hungry. What am I going to eat? Think about it in advance. So this way, it's healthy. You prepped it. You know what you want to make. You're on task. You're not tempted by Domino's commercial coming across the screen, or the cell phone app you're looking at with Uber Eats telling you can get reduced rates on your delivery if you order something extra. So
we don't
plan
want
out
that
in advance. Mm-hmm. So what do you think about that? Planning out meals in advance. Do you think you could do that as a way to try to eat healthier?
We can.
Yes, you can. I mean, like I said, you just have to you just have to have the desire to do that. I mean, one of the problems, like for example, where I live, there is a lot of places that you can go out to eat, and sometimes you can order, but the thing is, you may not always pick the right choices as far as healthy meals are concerned. So whenever you can pre-plan and prepare meals that don't take a great deal of time, but yet at the same time are healthier, whether it be with vegetables or whether it be preparing meat other than frying, whether it be baking, whether it be broiling, um, anything to try to avoid the fried, greasy stuff.
Definitely agree. Sasha, do you have any comments or anything you may want to add regarding, planning out meals in advance? If you're trying to eat healthy, anything you've experienced, you may want to add 2-3 cents in about?
There's a few meals that you don't necessarily have to prep in advance, like certain stir fries, because that's kind of like same day, unless you like your meat to taste, a little extra flavorful with seasonings. But for the most part, I feel like you definitely covered it. I definitely feel like it's just a lot more beneficial, especially in the the case that you have some leftovers, now you don't have to worry about lunch because you made enough leftovers for dinner and lunch. So you're still cutting down on money and you're still eating healthy and in some type of way, but definitely staying away from fried food is so necessary because it takes you a long way. Sugars also helps as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Sasha. I really appreciate that. I think we lost some connection a little bit. I think I accidentally muted you by accident for like maybe 2 seconds or 3 seconds. I'm sorry, but she was pretty much saying, you know, we're all saying the right things. You know, it makes sense. It helps you save money at the end of the day, and it helps you kind of stay on task and on goal. So that's super duper important because if you want something bad enough, you're going to do whatever you need to do to, you know, achieve that goal and stay on task and not be distracted and set yourself 10 steps backwards from what you're trying to achieve. So the next thing I have up is avoid sugary drinks, sodas, coffees, Mountain Dews, teas, juices. Sometimes those sugary drinks make you want to crave a donut, a biscuit, a sandwich, a salad, a muffin, something else that's really not what you want because that's the way the MSG works.
I got something.
The MSG works that way. Yes, you like to say something?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 second, Auntie. So when you have iced coffee, you may also that MSG craving spot may make you want all that extra stuff. Or if you have a soda, you may automatically want a bacon, egg, and cheese because you may drink sodas with certain sandwiches like Philly cheesesteaks or burgers and fries. So staying away from the sugary drinks kind of helps out because it doesn't make your mind automatically think about the sandwich you want in substitution with it or the snack you want in substitution with that sugary drink. So if you're drinking like water with, you know, say seltzer water with lime and lemon and oranges and strawberries and fruits, or if you're drinking
good
like
luck to y'all fucking
you know, whoever can do that, you know, that may help you in some way, you know, stay on task because you're knowing, okay, I'm on a strict diet, I'm on a strict nutrition plan, I'm only drinking this, I won't drink that because if I drink that, I'm gonna automatically want something else. So that's kind of a way for some people, but everyone has different disciplines. So what may work for me may not work for you or someone else. Some of us are more strong-minded with discipline. Some of us are weaker minded and we need support to make sure we're on task. So everyone's different, but I feel like that's definitely a tip. You're avoiding sugary drinks that make you want to avoid other sugary and unhealthy snacks that go with it. So what are your views?
You know, it's preferable to drink water, juice with limit. You know, there are juices that don't have a great deal of sugar. Also, milk, unless you are lactose intolerant. Now, I am guilty of drinking iced tea, but I do have the discipline not to go and get and buy a couple of donuts and what have you, or buy a couple of sugary treats. I do have snacks. Usually, my snacks consist of like stuff like yogurt or graham crackers, something that's not very sugary, but you know, if in case you want to, you know, if you have a snack attack, that's one way to snack health and of course there's always fruit.
Absolutely. So we covered a lot of ground so far as things we can do to stay on task. So the next thing I want to say is drink more water. The more water you drink, you can actually get fuller. If you're fuller, you're not even thinking about eating crazy things, or you're eating when you do eat, you're not thinking about eating in abundance because you know you're full off of water, or you know water reminds you that you have a goal to not do something that you shouldn't be doing, like you know sugary drinks and stuff like that. So
sometimes water can make you like sometimes water can make you think that you don't.
Yeah, sometimes water make you pee. Sometimes it make you sweat more. Sometimes it make you,
Yup.
go to the bathroom
Yup.
more. So
You
water has
never
different
know.
things.
It could be the opposite sometimes. But
Mhm.
as long as you have control, it's important to have control.
Definitely. So the next, what do you think about that? Do you drink a lot of water, Jose? How much water do you drink daily?
I'm not gonna lie. My water, excuse me. I do try to drink water. Sometimes I completely forget. I'm not gonna lie, but I try to drink at least 2 to 3 glasses of water a day.
Okay, Sasha, you drink a lot of water?
Yes, I really only drink water. If I do drink anything else, it's probably like ginger ale.
God bless
Definitely
you, yo.
coffee. Other than that, water all day.
I'm almost saying bless you when you sneeze. I'm not sure if you
Thank
heard.
you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
So the next thing up I have on my handy dandy list, we went through about 6 things, is don't think about the cost. A lot of people associate healthy eating with a really expensive ticket cost. It's not necessarily true. Eating healthy does not necessarily mean that you're breaking the bank, you're wasting a lot of money. You got to know what to eat and how to cook and where to shop. So what do you think about that? Do you think that healthy eating is just extremely costly, like it's just unaffordable and that's why people don't do it?
I know. Actually, there are ways that you can buy healthier foods that are within your budget. I mean, we automatically assume eating healthier will be more expensive, but when you think about it, in the long run, it is cheaper. And plus, there are places when you can buy healthier food um, that is not so expensive. Um, like sometimes I'll do food shopping from um, BJ's, where one thing I love to eat is apples. So I try to eat some fruit every single day. So there are places where you can go. You can either go to the place yourself, and you go to a BJ's, or you can order online. The thing is, ordering online, you do pay like a delivery fee, but there are places where you can go to purchase healthier food that are within your means. You just have to be a little bit more smart about it.
Absolutely. What you have to say, Auntie? She wants to comment about eating healthy and not being expensive.
No, I totally understand what you're saying. He has a super perspective, and he's right.
Thank you for that. So the next thing up I want to say is try to use smaller plates. I know it may seem unrealistic, but
I started doing that,
yeah,
yeah.
if you try to use a
Mm-hmm.
smaller plate, so if you're used to a really large plate to eat all of your meals,
I
breakfast, lunch, and
do.
dinner, try to break that large plate down to the plate below it, whether it be the bowl or
Yo,
a dish.
I even got smaller plates for my to go.
Good. So what do you think about that? Have you ever tried to eat smaller plates versus the
No,
bigger
people
plates?
don't.
I do, and one thing people need to learn is to learn how to chew their food. Unfortunately, you have some people that swallow their food. There's a big difference. When you chew your food, um, first of all, you get to savor it more, and you end up eating less. When you swallow your food, basically what you're doing is you're increasing your food intake to make up for the fact that you're not chewing, you're swallowing. I mean, unfortunately, you have people today that don't properly chew their food.
Jose, that's so funny. I've choked on food before as a kid and as an adult because you're rushing to eat because you're freaking starving, or you're sneaking to eat something you're not supposed to be eating. So you're eating really quickly and you're hoping that the person who knows you're not supposed to be eating it is catching you, and then you choke. Well, at least that's what happened to me. So I get that. Sometimes people swallow, they don't chew.
Without that.
See,
That's
I mean, once you get into the habit of eating healthier. Okay, you don't have to worry about sneaking food that you know you should not be eating. Okay, and it's very important that you have like a more or less a schedule when to eat. A certain time that you eat breakfast, certain times you eat lunch, a certain time you eat dinner, and you try to stick to that routine. And if at all possible, try not to eat past a certain time.
I definitely agree with that statement too. Sorry, my computer's dying. I got to charge it up, so I have to move the camera for a second. But that's really true. You know, like if you're really serious about it and you really want success, you can't make excuses. You got.
Okay. So I don't know whether there is a Wi-Fi connection problem. Um, Maybe she needs to like plug in her laptop um, on her phone. Or I'm sorry. But the fact that, excuse me, I'm sorry, I apologize. It's just that my laptop is making, every time I get an announcement, my laptop lets me know. But you know, as a, for the information, okay,
My computer died. Sorry.
okay. I was mentioning one thing you try to do, um, keep, okay, if you're going to unplug your laptop, make sure it's full, it's fully charged. Otherwise, make sure it's plugged in.
Right. I definitely charged it all day, but I just noticed that it just was like 1%. Like, wow, I charged it all day before I even left the house. I'm like, what? But I guess I don't know.
It could, you know, it could be, you know, it could be because of StreamYard itself, or it could be, okay, I don't know. It could be, you know, maybe the laptop is old. Um, there's a couple of things. I was using a laptop which unfortunately was very slow, which is why I had to purchase a new one. And what I've done is my laptop is plugged in. But let's continue with with the 10 steps that we continue in order to eat healthier, because this is very important.
Thank you so much. So the last one was to use smaller plates. So the next one is number 9, avoid food you don't like. So again, going back to being realistic with yourself. So if you're trying to eat healthier and you have a meal plan or you're on a website looking for ideas, don't try to take ideas from websites or books or from people for foods that you don't like. So if you don't like asparagus and eggplant, then don't put that on your meal plan. Don't buy it. Don't try it, because you're going to get more discouraged on your goal of eating healthy, because either you may not have the patience or time to cook it, learn, the right textures or flavors it has, or you just may be disgusted or turned off about it because you just don't like the food from jump. So, what do you think about that? Because for me, I hate okras. I hate liver. Although I don't eat meat. When I did eat meat, I wasn't a liver eater. So, it would be ridiculous for me to try to incorporate those foods into a meal plan to lose weight or to obtain a goal, knowing I hate those foods. So, what do you have to say about that?
I think what happened is people try to experiment with food, and you know, it's okay to experiment a little bit, but you need to know what it is that you're able to eat, and you also need to know the certain foods that you really don't like. So you know, don't even bother. Like for example, if you're not into celery, I mean, don't learn about a meal when you use celery when you know that you don't care for it. And also, some people may have food allergies.
Definitely. See if my sister wants to chime in. Do you have any food that you feel like if you're on a diet or you're trying to gain weight or you're trying to like reach certain goal that you would incorporate it although you didn't like it? Like how do you feel about avoiding foods you know you don't eat? What do you think?
Well, I'm definitely a very picky eater, so I know what I like and I know what I don't like. I know what I'm not gonna eat, and I will definitely starve before eating. But I do think it is very important to make sure that in a weight loss journey you do, or not even just the weight loss, but just being fit, that you do incorporate foods that you know won't discourage you from, the course. So, if you know you're not a broccoli eater, don't look for recipes like that. Um, but in all, you just always have to be mindful regardless, like you said, Jose, you have to kind of open up your palate a little bit just so you can, know what you like and know what you don't like. You might end up discovering something new, so that's fine as well, but you're not going to know unless you try. But it's definitely important to stay within your boundaries, what you know, and then just experiment a little bit, and then hope that you can find some type of, I guess, recipe or something to incorporate with your planning.
Hmm. I agree.
Thank you, Sasha, for your commentary.
Welcome.
So I have one last thing left on the list, and we're doing great time despite the little craziness that's been going on throughout the stream that I'm pretty sure we all noticed. So the last thing I have, which is number 10, but let me go recap from number 1. So the 10 things we can do to try to create and maintain and stick on a healthy diet. Number 1, be realistic. Number 2, don't skip meals. Number 3, meal prep. Number 4, plan out meals in advance. Number 5, avoid sugary drinks. Number 6, drink more water. Number 7, don't think the cost is expensive. Number 8, use a smaller plate. Number 9, avoid food you don't like. Number 10, my last one for today. Pay attention to labels. Everything from water to boxed juices to takeout food to delivery food has nutritional value labels on the back. Now, everyone may not understand what the nutritional value labels mean on the back of these products. People may just look at them to look at the sugar amount or the calorie amount or what's in it, but people don't actually understand how to read it depending on what your fitness goal may be, or nutrition goal may be, or diet goal may be. So, if you're paying attention to nutrition labels, you know everything you're eating, how much sugar, carbs, salt, calories, what's the specific ingredients of everything in your item. You know what that is. You know what it looks like. You know what to avoid. You know how to count and know how much you have for the day, etc., etc., etc. So, what do you think about that, Jose? Reading nutrition labels when you're on a diet or have nutritional goals. Do you read nutrition labels? Do you understand them? Do you know what the purpose is and when you're using it for?
Well, I think it's very important that you read the nutritional data that's provided, but let's keep it real. Some of the words that they use as far as the agreements, I mean, we do not have a clue. So basically, what you have to do is look it up in Google, and and take a look what are these ingredients are. I mean, if you're talking about an agreement that has like 6 to 8 syllables or what have you, um, you know, it's kind of you can't really grasp what it is. And the question is, if they put an ingredient that requires more than 5 syllables, I mean, do we really need that? Do we really need that food item? I mean, if you have to be constantly going into Google to get to the definition of what it is, I mean, um, it gets to be very challenging after a while.
Absolutely. I definitely agree. My sister Sasha wants to add. So,
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
So I just wanted to add that it definitely is very important to learn the terminology on the back of labels. Not all the time are they honest with what they are putting on the labels, but it's still very important to know what it is
Hmm.
that is in your food. Me personally, I have a son who has a peanut allergy, so I don't even care what the front of the package looks like. I immediately go to the back and I'm reading where it was made from. Was it made in a factory that contains with peanut products or anything like that? But it's definitely important to learn the terminology because it will help you know what to steer away from in your journey of finding things for yourself to help put better food inside of you.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
I agree because, like, for example, some foods they'll list it as fat free, and their definition of fat free could be maybe 1% or 2% of fat, or if they say it's sugar free, it could be that there's 1% of sugar and 2% of sugar. So if you really want to take it literally, fat free means it's completely devoid of fat. Sugar free is completely devoid of sugar. So therefore, when you see something that says it's fat free and it's like 2% or 3 grams of fat or 4 grams of fat, then it's not really fat free. And if you have something that says it's sugar free and it's like 3 grams of sugar, it's not really sugar free.
Right, that is definitely true. They give a lot of misleading information. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I learned, during the fitness journey as well, like, how to realize what it meant when they said things such as, no carbs or no salt or, no sugar. I learned that there's substitutes to the no sugar, and it doesn't say sugar, it has a different name, but it is sugar, So while you may see something that says no sugar added, you can turn on the back and see, there's a sugar substitute or another name for sugar that's not sugar that may say gum or glucose or some other kind of cose. And you may not know it's sugar, but because you see the front package, like my sister said, look at the back, you don't really, think anything to it. So nutrition labels are so important because you can find out things like, that pork, for example, pork is in a lot of products we don't even realize, even beverages, and I didn't even think about that. Like, why is there pork in the beverage or in the bag of potato chips that says it has no pork flavor? It says it's nacho. So why do I have beef flavor or pork flavor in my chips? Because we don't read labels. So we don't know, And
No.
even recently I have bought a can of collard greens, and I didn't read the label when I bought it. I just assumed it was just regular collard greens. I get home and learn that there's beef broth and pork pieces inside of the collard green can. Now I can't eat it, although it's vegetables, because there's beef broth and pieces of pork ham in the collard green can. And I do know most people cook collard greens with some kind of broth or turkey neck or meat substitute, but sometimes it doesn't come with a substitute.
And because they didn't label it, you didn't think that it would be there.
Right. And so because of on the front of the can, they didn't say it had meat in it. I just picked it up collard greens. For some reason, I didn't look at the back of the can to realize that there's beef broth and ham pieces inside of the can because I didn't read the nutrition facts. So you don't know what you don't know, and you can't just read the label from the front. You need to read the back and find all the little small prints that you can barely see to know what you're eating sometimes.
Translate it and find out what it's really saying.
Exactly. So what do you say about that?
I mean, basically, what you need to do is when you do food shopping, when you come across a food item, basically you have to look it up on Google for an explanation what it means. And like I said again, if you have an item and you have an agreement that's more than 5 syllables long, do we really need it?
Yeah,
exactly. If you can't even, like you said, 5 syllables long, you have to think about how to pronounce it in your brain. You're like, Kadamona kana Buddha bakuna matata. We probably have it.
I mean, generally speaking, anytime that you come across an item and you have trouble reading an agreement because it's in Latin or a combination of Latin and what have you, and it's 5 syllables and long, I mean, do you really need to purchase that item?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good point, but I feel like a lot of people, not even us on the stream, not even my sister and my aunt and you, we're just used to what we're used to. So when you try to take on a new diet or nutrition or a meal, you're learning as you go along. And sometimes you learn from, examples or situations where something happens that you don't want to happen, unfortunately. Like, You may get sick, or you may not realize you're not losing weight because you're not realizing what you're really intaking in your body, or other reaction. You may get allergic reaction to something because you didn't know something was in that product that you shouldn't have. So it could be various reasons, why the nutrition labels and everything we're talking about tonight is important. But what's most important is that when something is serious to you and you want to do something, you're going to definitely make it a priority and take it serious and have discipline, or you're going to try to get support to make sure you stay on the right path. So any comments?
Well, I think it's very important that you do have support um, from loved ones, because if you have if you're living with someone, whether it be a significant other, whether it be a loved one or a child, and that person is not giving you positive reinforcement as far as trying to eat healthier, that is an extremely difficult challenge. So basically what you have to do is like you have to like kind of like educate your significant other as far as why are you pursuing this diet. I mean, it helps if that significant other has at least a basic understanding of what you are trying to do.
I appreciate that. I thank you for your time, Jose, for everything. It's over an hour. I've never had a wine and FaceTime this long. It was a lot of crazy, interesting things happening today I didn't expect to happen. So this was different for me. Any closing remarks you want to add? I really appreciate you coming through and being attentive. I definitely try to catch up to all of your videos. I feel like I binge a lot of your videos. It's all good. I love the content, and I'm learning as I'm going from you and other people that support me. So it's all good in the hood, as I always
Well,
say.
first of all, thank you for allowing me to be on your panel. And since I just want to let everybody know that I do have a channel called Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. So I do live streams on Sundays, and on Thursdays I usually do short videos regarding current events or interesting stories. Tomorrow we're going to be dealing with how to deal with toxic femininity. Unfortunately, certain females, when they heard the term, they get to be very defensive about the subject. And the one thing I tell people, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. I mean, it does that. And normally my streams don't last 3 hours. I mean, I could, and I could, it could have gone at least another hour. It does that. You have men who are expressing their viewpoints in regards to the topic. But as far as eating healthier, it is a conscious decision that you have to make. You have to have the desire to do so, and then you have to apply a little self-discipline. It's going to be harder first to change your diet, but the more that you do it, the easier it becomes, and then it gets to the point when you are making healthier choices without giving it a second thought. But it all starts with taking the first step. I just want to encourage everyone to please support KFITNOW. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever my union sister does prepare any content, you will be notified and you'll have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback.
You are a charm, Jose. I really appreciate you. Thank you again for always inviting me to live stream on your platform. I'm going to probably take you up on that offer really soon, probably tomorrow. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for interviewing me on your channel.
Thank you.
And thank you for being my union guy who helps me with support with union stuff that I don't know, and you accept my WhatsApp messages and my late calls after 5 p.m. So I always appreciate you for that.
Well, the fact of the matter is no one is born knowing everything about everything. So, and we do need um, to support each other. We're not just members of our local, we're also members of ethnic groups that have been disadvantaged to one form or another. So we need, we need to support each other. So thank you for having me.
No problem. Well, you have a great night. I really appreciate you. Please send me the stream to your the link to your stream for tomorrow.
Actually, I think I already did that. If you check your messages on Instagram, but in any case, I always do put down the link in the chat. So and like I said before, it'll be an interesting topic. And actually, I'm going to be dealing with another topic next month, which is the myths regarding the millennials. Because unfortunately, people of my generation don't have a full understanding regarding millennials because, to be perfectly honest, we don't know you guys. I mean, and it's a different mindset, and there are many things that we have in common. It's just that we need to learn how to communicate effectively and learn how to appreciate each other.
Amen to that. So count me in, and I'll share your stream with my family here in Manhattan. And again, I appreciate you, and you have a great night, and I'll catch you up with you tomorrow.
Thank you. Take care, and please be safe.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
So thank you guys. It has been a really different experience tonight for Wine and FaceTime with me. Thank you guys who are there live, who are going to catch us in the replay. Make some little tweaks to this. Catch the most important things I want you to get out of this 10 tips for tonight. But thank you guys for the love. This was so great to have love in real time. To not be at my house, this was really awesome. Have a great evening. Take care. Thanks for supporting and loving me and popping into all of my videos. I really appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Be safe. Please like and subscribe. Please, 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 please. Okay. Bye now. Bye, bye, bye. Peace.